Hello everybody, this is an astrological forecast for Libra for 2013. This also applies if you have a Libra ascendant. So my Librans, Jupiter for the first 6 months of this year, almost until June the 25th, is in your 9th house. So this is a great time you should still be focusing on learning whatever you can, on developing your mind in any possible way, your beliefs, looking at your beliefs. What are you believing? If there are things that are happening in your life that you're not happy with, have you got some real negative belief behind that that's causing those things to happen? Maybe you've got a negative belief about relationships that, I never meet anybody. I'm always on my own. Well, maybe that's why you're on your own, because you've got that belief that you're not going to meet anybody. Or maybe, in fact, you just like your independence and you don't want to compromise and put the effort that a relationship takes. Any serious relationship takes a lot of energy and effort. So it's about looking at your beliefs, what you believe in. You'll be also examining your faith. It's also a wonderful time for traveling, for planning to travel, for traveling somewhere that you've never been to before, preferably, because Jupiter is about expanding your horizons. In the 9th house, that would expand your horizons as far as your education is concerned. You may decide to go into further education. You may decide to publish something. Be a wonderful time for publishing anything as well, with Jupiter in that 9th house. And also, if you've had any legal situation going on, you may get it resolved during this time with Jupiter in that 9th house. Now, after the 25th of June, for the rest of the year and beyond, Jupiter goes into your 10th house, which is a great time for anything connected with your career, your life path, where you want to go. It should open up opportunities for you. Now, it doesn't mean to say that the opportunities open without you doing something. You need clear intention about it and also some good beliefs behind you, some beliefs that some good things are going to happen. But the aspects are with you. With that Jupiter in the 10th house, that should bring some new people, some new opportunities in the work area. You may also change your work direction. You may also add to what it is that you do. You may learn some new skills to be able to offer more and to earn more in whatever it is that you decide that you want to do. Also, it may bring some overseas contacts into your life. Now, Saturn, as you know, went out of your sign October the 5th, 2012, and has gone into your 2nd house of finance, where it stays for the best part of the next 2.5 years. So what does this mean? Well, don't get frightened about having Saturn in your 2nd house. First things first, it does mean that you've got to get your finances in order. It doesn't mean that you can overspend and just spend more than you're making. It doesn't mean that you should be going into your savings all the time and dwindling that without other income coming in. It does mean that you should start to pay down any debts that you have, if you possibly can. So Saturn brings a dose of reality into finances. But what it also brings is an opportunity for you to restructure your finances. So you may decide, hey, I want to be self-employed, or I want to start my own sideline business. It's got to be very practical. It's a wonderful time for restructuring anything that's practical in your life. So you might decide to yourself, I want to work from home. I'm going to put the structure in place with my own little office, my own private, quiet place where I'm going to work from and earn money from it. So it's about getting those structures in place that will enable you to be able to function better financially. So Saturn often takes things away from you. It can be a time where you lose your job or your work, but it's going to be an opportunity to create something new that you're going to be happier with in the longer run. Saturn never does anything quickly, but it certainly does things thoroughly. So be prepared to be patient with your finances, but if you're sensible, then you should be able to be very successful with this Saturn influence in your 2nd house. Pluto in the 4th, square with the square to Uranus in your 7th. Well, yes, many of you have been feeling very unsettled, maybe been moving around. It may be time for a move. There could be some issues with family that come up that need to be resolved, or they come up suddenly, unexpectedly. You didn't expect it, and then all of a sudden something with your family needs to be dealt with. somebody from the past coming into your life, or an experience that you feel that you're repeating, but maybe you've not learned yet what the lesson is. Your relationships are going to be bumpy. There's no question about it. They'll have ups and downs to them. Just a bit more than usual, because every relationship has ups and downs, but it's going to be about you awakening all the time, being on top of things, not allowing things to fester. So, for example, if you keep being out of balance in a relationship, if you keep being the giving one, well, it's going to come much more quickly to a head than it ever used to. So it's a good thing. Yes, I know you don't like disharmony, Librans, but actually, sometimes you stay in a relationship long past its sell-by date. You know, you keep trying just so that you don't have to be alone, or just so that you can say, well, I really tried. But maybe something is past its sell-by date, or maybe you're not facing unpleasant things that need to be said. Well, they're going to be shaken up. Uranus shakes them up. So it's a good thing. Welcome it, because it's going to enable you to have better relationships in the future as you move on. Now, Neptune is in your 6th house of health. So this would be a very good time to study health, to learn about preventative medicine, alternative therapies. If you're interested in it, it would be a good time to study it. If you have health issues, you may find that it's very difficult for them to be diagnosed. I would suggest that you take responsibility for your health with this aspect and really start learning about what your body needs yourself, tuning into that and looking at different alternative modalities that can help you. And there's more and more things happening now in the field of health that really can help us on so many different levels. And I think you'll find that you're able to tune into these things in a new way, Librans. You'll be able to help others with it as well and use your healing capacity to help others. You may even earn a living through it, through this helping of others. And through it, you will help yourself. So we've also got a wonderful grand trine between the 9th and the 27th of July. It's in water signs. And where is it affecting in your chart? For you, it's going to be your 2nd, 6th and 10th houses. These are all about your finances, your work, your health and your career. So potentially this could be a very fortunate time for you in those areas. We've also got all the Mercury retrogrades, February, March, June, July, October, November, also happening in those same houses for you. So it's a time for reflection, for rethinking, for reassessing your finances, your work, your health, your career. Those are going to be of particular focus for you during this year. Now let's look at some of the goodies as to when Venus, your ruler, is moving through some interesting houses. Venus in your 5th house of romance from February the 22nd to the 25th could bring a new romance to you, something good for your business. Also maybe a little time for a flutter, maybe stick a dollar on the lottery. Venus into your 6th from February the 26th to March the 21st. This could bring some good fortune in the work area. As well, it could also mean that somebody speaks up for you, puts in a good, kind word for you. Venus into your 7th house of relationship, softening that Uranus aspect from March 22nd until April the 14th. So this is going to be a time where you could meet somebody, business or personal, and just time when you're going to come over even more charming than you already are, Librans. And then Venus into your sign from August the 17th until September the 10th. So this is a time to do something nice for you, to buy yourself something nice, to have a nice body treatment, to treat yourself to a nice meal out with a friend, whatever it is that makes you feel good. And you'll also be even more charming again. And you'll be able to smooth anything, any ruffled feathers you'll be able to smooth during that time. Venus into your 2nd house of finance from September the 11th till October the 8th. Something nice happening financially, potentially, during that time for you. Mars, about your energy, Mars into your 5th house is in during January all month. So great time for anything connected with your own business or starting your own business, pushing forward in that area. And a good time for going forward with a romantic type of relationship, moving it forward a notch. Mars into your 6th house of work and health is all February until March the 11th. So good time when you should have more energy and also be able to put more focus and get a lot more done in your work area. Mars into your 10th house of work from July 14th to August the 27th. So again, another time for putting in plans into action and to getting a lot done. But better to work on your own then. You're not going to want people telling you what to do. And Mars in your sign, Libra, from December the 8th until the end of the year. That should be a boost of energy, feeling as though you can do the impossible and get a whole lot done. So you're probably going to be very, very busy at that time. There you have it, my dear Librans. You might want to have a reading about what 2013 holds in store for you personally, or ask a question. I'm always thrilled to hear from you, and I just wish you a very happy, healthy, and successful year ahead. Thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.